By way of introduction, my name is Wendy Hart. I'm the mother of 3 children, and that in a nutshell is why I'm interested in education. I grew up in Cupertino, California. I graduated from my local public high school there, and then I came up here to BYU, and I have a Bachelor's of Science degree in mathematics from BYU. I own my own data programming business. I do it at night in my basement when my kids are asleep. And my husband Scott and I have lived here for almost 15 years in Highland. And I have been honored to be serving you and representing you on the Alpine School Board for the past 3.5 years. But also by way of introduction, who I am and that little tidbit about me is not as important as the principles that I will use to make decisions on your behalf as a school board member. And these are the same principles that I have been using for the past 3.5 years. I believe that we are at a crossroads in education, in public education in this country and in this state. The question for us really is, what is the purpose of education and who should decide what knowledge is of most worth to pass along to our children? Should we accept what is proposed from top-down circles, or do we as parents and taxpayers have a right to make that determination for ourselves? We are told it's state law, but state law can and should be changed at times. To you I ask, do you want representatives on the school board who are willing to stand up and defend your rights and request necessary changes to state law? If you want a school board member who will accept what the state hands down and do their best to implement, then I am not that person. If you want a school board member who will vote for what the district administration requests without question, then I am not that person. If you want a school board member who will not tell you they oppose something because their vote was not in the majority, then I am not that person. If you believe parents must have the primary role in their children's lives, including in determining their education, then I am that person. If you believe our local parents, teachers, and administrators should be making the decisions about what our children learn, then I am that person. If you believe we have good administration, but the role of our school board is to not only trust, but also to verify that trust, then I am that person. If you believe that we should elect people committed to principles similar to our own and ask them to stand up for those principles, no matter what, then I am that person. And I ask you to vote for me, Wendy Hart, on June 24th.
My name is Lynne Mower. I grew up in California, where I came from a family who is very education-oriented. It's stressed very much in my home. I married into a family that also feels the same way. My husband's family has many educators that have or are teaching students in our district now. We are both big believers in supporting education. We think the public schools are doing great things. I got my degree in secondary education mathematics at BYU and taught at Lake Ridge Junior High for 4 years until I had my first child, where I resigned and was able to become a stay-at-home mom, which I felt was very important for me. And I have raised 4 children and am continuing to raise my 4 children. I've lived in Highland for 19 years, have loved the community and the area. I think there are great things in this place, and that the people here have great standards and morals that I appreciate being, having my kids be around those things. Along with that, I feel like that teacher-student relationship in the schools is a very important thing, and I want it as a member of the board, that is something that I want to be a part of. As my kids have gone through school, my oldest just graduated on Friday from Lone Peak High School, and my youngest she just finished her 3rd grade year, and I've had the opportunity to be in those classrooms as they've gone through their educational experience, and I think that it's key that that teacher-student relationship is fostered and promoted, and that we do all we can as a board to support that relationship and help that along. I know that in the public schools things aren't perfect, but I think it's moving in the right direction, and as a board member I would like to help foster that and encourage that to continue on the way it's going and work to solve the issues or problems that come our way.
Hi, my name's Caroldean Neves. I am from Alpine. I've lived in Alpine now 18 years. I have 6 children. 3 of them have graduated from Lone Peak, and I have a sophomore, an 8th grader, she's a junior now, an 8th grader, and a 6th grader, all at Alpine District Schools. I am currently the state PTA Student Involvement Commissioner, which means that I work with the secondary students and try and get them to be involved and be our leaders of tomorrow. I do sit on the District Transportation Committee and the Calendaring Committee. I have sat on the District Community Council. I've been Region Associate Director for PTA, which is the entire school district. And I have been PTA President at Alpine Elementary, and I've been the Ledge Vice President for PTA at Alpine Elementary, Timberline, and once at Lone Peak. I am a band mom, a choir mom, a color guard mom, drama mom. I've been a ballroom mom. I'm very involved in my kids' education. I also, because of my state PTA position, I sit on the Governor's Task Force for Utah Healthy Relationships, which used to be the Teen Dating Violence. We just renamed it to something nicer. And I also sit on the Teen Safe Driving Task Force. So, yeah, we help to ask the legislators what we believe should be the next teen driving laws. We helped with the graduated license, which I know that the kids don't like, but I like it as a parent. And I also sit on KUED's Super Reader Party, which is mostly Title I schools, and they, if they meet their reading goals, the students get to come on a Saturday to the Fair Park and have a party. And it is fun, and I do that with my state student board. I am running for school board because I still have kids in school, because I believe that as a parent, we need more parents involved, and we need to have the parent voice on the school board. That's about all I have.
I'm Annette Kindt. I'm from Fullerton, California, and I moved up this direction when I went to BYU. Met my husband there and started our family. I have 4 special needs kids, so I got involved in schools really quickly because they did so much for me. I wanted to do something for them, and I asked the principal what I could do to help, and then she said, join my PTO and join my school community council. And so I've been involved in school community council and PTA ever since. I've had 15 years of experience in volunteering in the schools, 10 of which I've been in leadership positions. I've been PTA president at Mountain Ridge for 2 years. I've been PTA president at Lone Peak for 2 years. I've been on the council PTA for 2 years, and I was the school community council chair for 2 years. So 2 is kind of my lucky number, I guess, with leadership positions. I've developed the coat closet in this area because I have a true passion for the students that don't have what we have. It's a place where we take all of the lost and found for the entire district, and then they, Title I schools, get the first pick of them. And we're able to help, in our first time we helped over 300 people be able to get clothes and coats for their kids this last year, and we just started it this year, so it's just growing in momentum, and I'm very excited about it. I started that because I had the opportunity to be involved in a Title I school when we moved here, and I just saw that my kids were at the bottom of their schools whenever they were in their original schools, but when they went to the Title I, they were at the top of their class. And I just felt so bad for those kids. I wanted to do something to help their families. I also have a real passion for at-risk children. I work very hard with Be the Change at Lone Peak, which helps with suicide prevention and helping people to not anti-bully. I'm also involved with the care team there. I just have a passion for helping even the kids that are high achievers. I think we need to do things for them to help them, so I was helpful in getting AP classes, many more AP classes involved at the Lone Peak, so that we have one of the highest AP classes in all of the state. I've had experience in regular ed and in special needs. I've been involved with life skills and all different kinds of aspects, and that's what I think we need at this position. Someone who understands all the different types of children that we have in the area and how policies will affect each and every single one of those different areas, and that's what I bring to the table. So.